Hi everyone, it's Mr. Francie here. This is going to be an unedited video. I am here to make the announcement that I think we all have been suspecting in one way or another was inevitably going to happen, and it is time to now officially make that announcement. As hard as this is for me to verbalize, and believe me, it is incredibly hard for me to say. I have decided, effective immediately, to resign from BookTube. It is important for you to know that this is not a decision that I made overnight. This is a decision that I have been struggling with for a long time. There are many factors that have contributed to me deciding to retire. And I guess the first thing that I want to clear up is why I'm saying the word retire rather than quit. I've nearly been on BookTube for 3 years, and had I just stuck it out, I would have made it to 3 years. And I don't think that I can call it quitting, having been on for this long. I think for me, it is a respectful amount of time. When I first began on BookTube, I will never forget the day. It was back in January of 2020. Over here in Australia, it was a very hot summer's day. I was outside and going down the YouTube rabbit hole that we all know and love. And I was researching stuff to do with Harry Potter. I came across a YouTuber that was talking about Harry Potter, but unlike the other videos that I'd been watching that day, this YouTuber was actually talking about the books rather than the movies. And I enjoyed their videos so much that I went back and watched some of their other videos that they'd done that month and realized, oh my gosh, this person just talks about books. They're not talking about anything else. It's just books, 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 books. And I owe so much to her. Her name is Murphy. Her booktube channel is Murphy Napier. I will never forget that day, and I will always be thankful that I saw that video and that I realized that there was a hidden nook in YouTube called BookTube. Once I had seen a number of Murphy's videos, I decided that I would create my very first own BookTube video. And the funny thing is, I've literally come full circle because I was sitting right here to film my very first video. And if you go all the way back through my videos, you will see that that first video was done right here. I was speaking about goals that I had for the month of January of 2020. And my biggest goal was just to get back into reading. I mention this because it's hard when you decide that you are going to retire to not look back on what was. And while looking back on what was, it's hard not to recall the good times and recall the goals and the plans that I had for myself when it came to this channel. In many ways, I fell short of my goals. In many other ways, I succeeded more than I ever could have imagined. And so before I go any further, I do want to take this opportunity to thank anyone and everyone who has taken the time to watch any of my videos. Whether you watched them and didn't leave a like or a comment, or you watched and you left a like, or you watched and you left a comment, or you watched and you left a like as well as a comment, thank you very, very much. Your support truly meant the world to me, and it has over the course of the years. Things began to change for me, I would say, towards the end of 2020. Beginning right from the get-go in January when I did my first video, the reason why I decided to have a BookTube channel was because I wanted to get myself back into reading. I used to always love reading, but for whatever reason, in 2017, 2018, and 2019, coupled all together, I picked up a total of 3 books and did not finish any of them. It was January, time for a new start, the whole New Year's resolution. So I decided to set a goal for myself to read. And I decided to also set a yearly goal for myself, which was to read 12 books by the end of 2020. I more than surpassed this. I read more than 100 books in 2020, and that was just so fantastic for me. As time went on in 2020, I was really enjoying myself and enjoying doing videos. And the reason for that was because I started off with the right intentions. I did. I started off coming here on BookTube for myself. I had no expectations at all going in. I purely and simply wanted to create a vault for myself for all of the books that I read that year and that I could go back and look at the year that was. And, that was working out really, really well for me. If you go back, you'll see that the videos I did back then were completely unprofessional, and some of them you can't even hear me unless you turn the volume all the way up. I've come a long way, but my point is that I really was enjoying myself because the only person that I was doing this for was myself. Along the way, during the course of 2020, I started to gain some subscribers, and I really appreciated that. And to anyone and everyone who has ever subscribed to my channel, whether you subscribe for a little while, for a long time, whether you're still here or whether you were here and you have since unsubscribed, I do want to say thank you, because I really truly appreciate the support. Unfortunately for me, getting the validation that I got from getting the subscribers that I got started to change the reason why I was doing these videos. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but that change does need to be validated. I went from creating these BookTube videos for myself, and yes, I put them up publicly, but as I said, I had no expectation that it would take off at all. So I just, was just doing it for me and putting it in my nice little vault. And suddenly I started getting subscribers, and my reasoning for doing BookTube changed to doing it for me, then into becoming doing it for everyone else. And over the course of time, I struggled with this. I struggled with the perceived expectations. There are many YouTubers out there who will make the point that the expectation that we have on BookTube is not really there. And I have to say that I disagree with that. The expectation is there. I think what's off is that the expectation is one that a lot of booktubers feel that everyone else places upon them. The truth of the matter at the end of the day is anyone who's creating a BookTube channel and creating all these different videos that they're going to post, if they have any expectations, it is expectations that they've placed upon themselves. For me, the expectation that I placed upon myself grew because of the fact that I grew in subscribers. So it was, it was a catch-22. I was so happy to be doing a heck of a lot better than I thought I would ever be able to do. But at the same time, I placed a lot of pressure onto myself because now suddenly people were watching. So 2020 came to an end, and I was thrilled that I had gotten through the year and surpassed my expectations. And then I went on into 2021, and things were okay for a while, but then as I got into the second quarter of the year, it just didn't feel right anymore. And I was umming and ahhing for the longest time about whether or not to leave BookTube. Some of you know this, some of you don't, but that is where it began. In the second quarter of 2021 was the first time that I truly considered leaving BookTube. Then, in June of 2021, I met the most amazing woman, and she changed my life in the biggest way when it came to booktube, and that is Jessica from booktube channel Lady Lovestead Reads. Jessica, I owe you so much, and you know this, because I mean, I tell you all the time how grateful I am for you. But something that a lot of you may not know is that I met Jessica in June of 2021, right when I was literally about to make that move to leave BookTube. There was something about watching Jessica in her videos that revitalized me and changed me. And I got to know Jessica behind the scenes, and I received a lot of support from her, and that definitely did help. Along the way, I need to make mention of something, but I am going to try and keep this positive. Along the way, I asked Jessica if there was any way that she could introduce me to a group that she was part of, and she did. And I made a lot of friends in this group. And suddenly I was not only motivated, but I felt extra motivated. I felt like I had a ton of support around me, and I truly appreciated that. What you need to understand when you're creating a booktube channel, or if you're thinking of creating a booktube channel, is that there is a lot that goes into creating a booktube channel behind the scenes that people don't see. The casual viewer of booktube videos may not be aware or may not be able to fully comprehend what goes on behind the scenes because all they see is the finished product. But at the end of the day, I feel like being a booktuber is one of the hardest things that you can do on YouTube. Hear me out. First of all, there is a lot of homework involved in running a booktube channel. One of the expectations, again, it's self-perceived expectation, but I still feel that it is there, is that if you run a booktube channel, there is an expectation that you read. And not every YouTuber necessarily needs to do as much work as a booktuber does in order to create content. But in order to, excuse me, in order to deal with supply and demand, not only do booktubers who want to stay fresh and up to date need to read, but we need to read certain types of books or a certain amount of books per a certain period of time. For me, it was monthly. I would always do monthly TBRs, so for me, it was a monthly thing. And at a minimum, I found myself reading 10 books a month. At a maximum, maybe 14 or 15. And there are booktubers out there who read more than I do, and there are booktubers out there who read less than I do. But regardless of the number of books that you read per month, if you are a booktuber, it can't be left out of this video that, there is that expectation that we have that homework to do. We need to read in order to create this content. Not only that, but we need to read. We then need to come up with ideas for videos. Then we film them. Then, if you want to take it to the next level, you go away and you cut and you edit and you upload it. And then there can sometimes be even more things that you do. You may be a part of Goodreads, so you need to constantly be updating that. And then for a select few, we have Discord servers. So then you're updating Discord servers. And then for another select few, we're doing reading sprints. And the reality for me, at least for the past, I would say at least for the past 12 months, is that I have been working every single day for about 10 hours a day, dedicated to this channel in one way, shape, or form, including everything that I've mentioned. So including Discord, including sprints, whether they be here or on Discord, including Goodreads, including reading, including planning, filming, cutting, editing videos. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and it's not always easy. And sometimes when you don't get the payoff for the hard work that you've done, it can be tough to deal with, and you can start to question whether or not it is worth it. Is this something that I considered? I considered whether or not the payoff was worth it, but the payoff for me wasn't necessarily validation. It wasn't necessarily for me about the amount of subscribers I had or the amount of likes or comments or anything like that. I think it was more for me the question of, am I doing enough? Does my video have a good enough quality? Am I doing enough editing? And by editing, I separate terminology into cutting and editing. So by editing, I mean anything that will pop up on the screen, whether it be writing, images of books. If I'm going to do a more complicated video, cutting back and forth between other videos. If it's a collaborative work, cutting back and forth between videos that other people have done for me that I'm putting together. If it's looking back on a certain period of time in the past, cutting back and forth from past to present, whatever it is. Is everything sitting well with me? And do I think it's of the standard that I've come to expect of myself for everyone else who is watching these videos? Again, I think one of the biggest issues that I had was going from making these videos for myself to suddenly an expectation that I'm making it for others. And yeah, that just became a really tough journey. I'm going to gloss over this because this is not the point of this video, but if I didn't address it, then I know that there'll be people out there going, oh yeah, but Mr. Fancy, we all know. And that's fine that you all know. And what I'm referring to is what happened last month. Yeah, there were a lot of things that went down last month. It was a very tough month for me. I've already done a video on that. You guys all know exactly what went down. You all know about the drama. You all know about my teeth. You all know about everything else I was dealing with. And it was an incredibly tough month for me. And I did say that I was strongly considering leaving BookTube. And I had every intention to do so. Some people, and I'm not saying this to be petty, I'm saying it to give you a look at what does go on behind the curtain. Because I'm not the type of person like in The Wizard of Oz who says pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I am a very transparent person. I much rather you know what's going on behind the scenes. I'm happy to take you to a day in the life of Mr. Fancy. Come with me as we go behind the scenes. And yeah, I had people that were coming to me saying that videos I put out were clickbait. I had other people saying that I was just saying that I was going to leave BookTube to cause drama and to stir up certain things. And yeah, this was very hard for me to deal with. And I think, if anything, the fact that I am always genuine when I do videos, I always, what you see with me is what you get. It kind of, to say, I want to say it annoyed me, but to say it annoyed me is not fair because it was more than annoyance. It hurt me and it did really let me down. And so I did strongly consider leaving in the month of July. But I made a promise to do my favorites and non-favorite videos for the first half of the year. And being a man of my word, I stuck to that and I did those videos. I then came into August and I was ready to begin again. Here we go. Let's begin again. Have you heard that Rachel Platten song, Begin Again? Absolutely, that was me. It's a new day. Let's start again. But I think by this time, enough damage had been done that I really just wasn't enjoying BookTube anymore. And that is, I need to make a point before I continue on, that there were a lot of people out there that were supporting me. And I want to say thank you, because your support is what has kept me going until now. Because honestly, I could have left a lot earlier. Some people have brought up with me that one of my biggest weaknesses is that I need validation. I don't know if I necessarily need validation. I know one thing, I definitely didn't need you to say something like that to me, but I don't know if I need validation, but I think at the end of the day, anytime that we all get hurt, we're only human, it's nice to have some support and feel like you are being supported in whatever it is you're doing. And I'm not, when I say hurt, I'm not just referring to what happened last month. I'm talking in general, expectations aren't working out the way you want them to on BookTube. It's tough. You have some bad days, you fall down. But, it's thanks to people that are around you, and certainly, to keep it personal, it was thanks to people around me that I was able to have this wonderful support system, and I was able to continue on. Now, I had been meaning to do a reading vlog for the second week of August for quite some time, But each and every time that I went to do the reading vlog, it just wasn't happening for one reason or another. One of those reasons was I wasn't motivated, and then there were other times where I was, and it just wasn't working out, and, it just didn't happen. Then yesterday, something happened that completely changed my life. I received a phone call to let me know about a fantastic opportunity for a new job. And it completely shocked me because I definitely wasn't expecting it. And within the space of 5 hours yesterday, I went from absolutely nothing to having been interviewed and being told that I have the position and I'm starting on Monday. Yes. Yeah, I was very shocked, believe you me. So one of the questions that I was asked when I was interviewed is, are there any roadblocks or reasons why you believe you would not be able to do this job? And this is a full-time job where I'll be working Monday to Friday and doing the standard 8 hours or whatever it is a day. I said no incredibly quickly. When I walked away from that interview, I thought back on that and went, wow, I said no really quickly. And yet there are reasons that might stop me from being able to work 8 hours a day, Monday to Friday. One of them being BookTube. Because if I work 8 hours a day and then still need to do my 10 hours of BookTube, when am I even going to sleep? And then it kind of hit me, no, I can just leave. And you need to know, for everyone who has been supporting me, you need to know that it's not a light-hearted decision, nor is it a rejection to anyone who has supported me or watched my videos that, oh, Mr. Fancy has this job and so now he's just going to abandon us. Not at all. No. It comes down to a question of, is BookTube going to be doable with this job that I'm going to do? And the short answer is no. However, there is no way that I can honestly and transparently sit here and say that it is purely and simply 100% because of this job that I am leaving. No, I have been considering leaving for a very long time. I have even put it out there to y'all that I'm considering changing my channel and not making it a BookTube channel anymore, opening up to different things, branching out and doing different things. So this was something that has been publicly known for a while, that I've been thinking of going in another direction. So I want to take these next couple of minutes to address where things stand and what's going to happen from here on. First things first, I will not be deleting my BookTube videos. I denied about it for a while, but I have decided that that would be completely disrespectful. If you all want to ever come back here and take a walk down memory lane and look at the videos that you used to watch, they will be here. They'll be here waiting for you. The next thing that I want to address is that I may not necessarily be leaving YouTube. I don't know if I'm leaving YouTube or not. What is for certain is I'm leaving BookTube. That is for sure. I am done with BookTube. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it, but I am done. I need to move on to something else. If I continue on, I will continue on this channel, but it will be renamed to something else that covers whatever I'm going to go into next. It's also important for you to know that prior to me starting BookTube, Sorry, I need to pause there. The phone rang. Prior to BookTube, was still on this channel. I was doing something else. This channel was called Comment Below and Let Me Know, because I was very original. No, I had a good reason. I Love the idea of studying anthropology, the study of human nature, what makes humans tick. If you put a human in a situation, how are they going to react? All those sorts of things. And I started doing videos on Facebook, which shows how old I am, that I called Your Opinion, where once a week I would do a quick 5-minute video talking about a topic, and at the end of that video I would say, but what's your opinion? Comment below and let me know. And suddenly I decided to move on over to YouTube and came up with the name Comment Below and Let Me Know, so that I could talk more about different things to do with my own opinion to see what yours would be. And then eventually that did evolve into BookTube. So I have done many different things on YouTube, and not just on this channel. I have a secondary channel that's been laying dormant for a number of years now, actually probably since I started BookTube, funny enough, where I was doing something else that I'm not going to get into right now, but suffice to say I was doing some form of teaching over there, some educating, and that was something else. And so I don't know if I'm going to be leaving YouTube or not. Only time will tell. If I do remain on YouTube, it'll probably be to do unedited videos, because that's all the time that I'll have, is just come on, do a video, upload, and that's it. But I'm not promising anything either way. But what I am promising is that that I am done with BookTube. In saying that, I'm not promising that I won't come back at some point and discuss what I've been reading as a part of my new YouTube thing if I continue on, because I do love reading, and hopefully I don't end up giving it up and I'll be able to give you all an update. Who knows? As far as Goodreads is concerned, that's up in the air too. I don't really know what's going on with that. Goodreads, the purpose of Goodreads for me is to catalog my books, and so I'll see. Time will tell. But I make no promises. Regarding Discord, which is always linked in the description below, and it is in this video too, my Discord will remain up, but I have decided to take a backward step on my Discord and let others start running the show. I need to take that backward step, but I do feel that I will be popping in and out of Discord and saying hi and catching up with everyone. I love what the Discord has done. And to all of my beautiful special Discorders out there, thank you so very much for your support. I love each and every one of you, and thank you very much for being as understanding as you have been so far. So, what happens from here? Where do we go? Well, as the age-old saying goes, only time will tell. I want to take this moment to say some thank yous, so please just allow me that moment, because I'm saying goodbye, and even if I do return to YouTube, I won't be returning as a booktuber. So if I'm going to say goodbye, I want to say some thank yous. So let me begin. First of all, despite the fact that there's probably no way she's going to see this, I have to thank Murphy from Booktuber channel Murphy Napier, because without her, I definitely would not be here. She is the reason that I got inspired to do Booktube in the first place. So thank you, Murphy. I'm glad that you're still doing videos, considering all the other different things you need to do. She's a very busy person, so I'm thankful for that. But just thank you very much. You have no idea how much you changed my life on that fateful day when I watched that Harry Potter video. Excuse me. I also want to take this opportunity to thank Jessica from Lady Lovestead Reads for those reasons that I was mentioning before. Jessica came into my life at exactly the right time, and I am just so thankful to not only have been able to watch her videos, but to call her a friend. I consider her someone that I'm extremely close to. Jessica, I hope I'm not embarrassing you, but thank you so much for everything. I also want to say a very big thank you to Tiffany from the Beach Bum Bookworm. This past year has been filled with some ups and downs, but one thing that you can be sure that Tiffany is always going to provide is an extremely positive booktube experience. And while things have been tough for me of late, that is one thing that I will never deny. I always looked forward to tapping on any of Tiffany's videos whenever she brought one out, because that first second or two, and you know what I mean if you've seen her videos, where she energetically says, "Hi everyone," makes my day every time. Tiffany, I have so much love for you and for what you do on BookTube. The positive energy that you bring through in every single video needs to be seen, and I hope that we get to have many, many, many more years with your extremely sparkling energy and positive attitude. So thank you again. There are other people that I want to thank, but I think I will thank them privately over in the Discord. But if you're not part of the Discord, I completely understand. Everyone has their own reasons as to whether or not they join Discord, and I have no disrespect or disregard to anyone who exclusively follows me here on YouTube. If you fall under that heading, please allow me this moment to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your support. Whether you joined me from day one or whether you joined me 5 minutes ago, thank you very, very much for taking the time to watch my videos. I really do appreciate it. I also want to say thank you to everyone who has commented in the past. I have received some absolutely amazing comments on this channel that have absolutely blown me away. My number one purpose of being here, you would think, would be to talk about books. And usually that's the purpose of a booktuber. But my number one purpose was to spread positivity, peace, blessings, and love, as well as sparkling energy. Every time that I received validation that I was doing this and that you were receiving a positive effect from my videos, it really made everything feel worthwhile. Thank you to everyone who validated that. Really, you have no idea how much you touched me every time you would validate that for me. Thank you to everyone who appreciated my reviews and who appreciated my insights and my passion for reading. I really do appreciate that. I love reading and I really love the opportunity to sit here and talk about books with you all. So thank you very, very much. I'm going to leave that there because I don't want this video to go on for too long, and if I keep going, I'll make a 1 hour video out of this, and I just don't think that anyone needs that right now. But truly, from the bottom of my heart, please know how thankful I am for all of the support that I have received here. If you would like to join me over on Discord, then please do feel free to. If not, I understand, and I might see you in the future. But if I don't, please continue to spread your love throughout the world. As I always say, I always let you go with peace, blessings, and so much love, because that is my wish for everyone, to have peace, to have blessings, and to have so much love, and to use their own sparkling energy to motivate others, to feel their positive energy. If we can all take 5 minutes at some point in our day to positively influence someone in our lives, and they pay it forward to someone who pays it forward to someone else, the world will be a much better place. So please do continue to spread your sparkling energy all throughout the world. As tough as this is for me, it's definitely the right decision that I need to make for right now. So please know that I have no regrets in doing this channel, nor do I have any regrets in retiring at this point. I'm starting a new journey in my life, and I'm very excited to be doing that. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you for listening, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Mwah. Bye, everyone.